Well, hello. Now I'm checking out a few different things I've got going on. So I've got new kind of helmet mount, put on a little mic. So stuff with the bike that we haven't done. So far it's just the look down. Yeah, so this thing here, I put in a couple of pegs and stuff, which isn't what I'm checking out. But I've put on the new Safari tank because I'm going to be riding down to Chiba, which is about 900,000 k's. And I had to change over the tank from a normal petcock to from a vacuum petcock. Now the only issue was that the Australian models and the American models, they both run the vacuum line straight to the carburetor, but on the Japanese models they don't tend to do that, so most people weren't really sure what to do. So I've just kind of plugged off the vacuum line, but the other vacuum line comes into an F-clamp, goes up and over to the car, but it comes down to the front here, and that runs down to the back of the motor and down to an overflow. So I had a couple of suggestions of what that could be. One was like an engine stabilizer, which I got from my mechanic mate, and a motorbike mechanic in New Zealand reckons it's something to do with moisture or something. Go for a bit of a cruise up to this ski field. That's pretty local. I thought it'd be a bit of a test with the Safari tank. Now I wanted to test if the Safari tank is going to rub on the top of the motor, and a few things that I've seen on the tube which might need fixing. These fucking idiots. Got myself a green light. Now this is the place where I bought the bike from, and as they're playing with Red Baron worldwide, they're fucking rip-offs, but you know, same with a few different things. They wanted to... Oh, you fucking serious? Oh, my mirror's going all shit for some reason. No, I'm just going to use one mirror then. Because they take like a week to do anything. So I asked them if they could do a few things on the bike, and they said, oh yeah, can you leave the bike with us for like a week? And I was like, I just want you to hook up a GPS and do an oil change. And they're like, yeah, like a week. And I was like, fuck, I might just try to do it on my mother-in-law's driveway. So I thought I'd check that out. Anyway, I'll start recording again when I get a bit closer. Alright, so we're off the motorway now, and heading past this apple farm. So I thought I'd chat about this bike itself. Now, we're not reinventing the wheel with the DR, that's for sure. She's an old beast, and most of the guys I've been seeing on YouTube and stuff have been like, yeah, this is the greatest fucking bike alive. But I don't think it's the greatest bike, but I think for what I need it for here in Japan, it's a sufficient. What's up for a bit and see how it goes. This is what it sounds like. This is what it smells like cow shit up here. So this is what it looks like with the sounds like with the visor up. Don't know if it'll be too windy or not, but it's fucking cold. So I'm going back down with that. Now this road is pretty rough. Everyone's like, oh, Japan, amazing roads and stuff. I'm about to show you something a bit different. Now I decided for the off-road bike because in Japan most of the speed limits are quite low, and I went for the DR 400 because it was what the best they had. They didn't really have any bikes. I kind of wish I'd gone for the WR 250. Now I'm used to riding big bikes, so my last few bikes have been Z1000. I had the Ducati Scrambler because I was wanting something a bit more comfortable. That was when I was in Queensland. In New Zealand I had all the bigger sports bikes, so I started on the TRX and went on to a few of the 600 Ninjas and then up to the Z1000, and I had 3 Z1000s until my last one got stolen when I was living on the Clay Island. That was a fucking bitch, man. It was like, how do you steal a bike on a 5 square kilometre island? Now I heard from the locals that these dickheads put it on a 12-foot tinny. Tinny, for anyone else who's listening who's not Australian, is a dinghy, I don't know, a punt, I think in England. But yeah, they decided to take it across probably some of those treacherous waters. So heading over to Brisbane from there is like pretty gnarly. But anyway, hey, it's still kind of open. So this heads on up to a ski field. Oh, check that shit out. So this is one potholey road. It's not like many people drive it, it seems. Let's just throw some sandbags down, that'll fix the road. So she's a pretty fun little road. Shall I go that way? Woohoo! Kick the back out a wee bit. Not often you see traffic coming up here. It's a 40k an hour speed limit everywhere. So pretty much all the mountain roads, all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit different to Australia where you really do want the big bike. Here I'm kind of thinking I'd like to get myself a monkey. Probably some traditional monkeys and then maybe one of the new ones or wherever. As I'm moving down to Chiba. Yeah, I'm not really riding too fast today. I'm not really wearing much gear, so she's a bit warm recently. So I'm just kind of putting, not even standing up. So you can tell I'm lazy riding. Woo! Don't know, we've got ourselves a place in Chiba. We're right by the beach. Pity we're coming into it in winter. That's going to be interesting, but you know, I think I'm still going to get out on the water. So there's a little dirt road down here. I'm thinking, fuck it, might just go for a putt. I'm not going to go down it far. I'm worried about big fuck off bears. There it is. Yeah. Oh, check it out. Sweet little Suzuki Carry just sitting there. So that's sitting over Hakodate. I remember there's a good view here, but there's always sightings of giant brown bears, so I can't wait to get to Chiba where there ain't none. See, there's that fucking tank throwing itself around, you know? Let's give it some. Whoop. Wah. Keep cruising up the top of the hill. Nice little detour. So I really wish I'd known a better way to mount this fucking... Because look at the way it bounces. It's just like you hit any decent trails, and I tend to like to hit things. Look at the fucking way it shakes. Look at it, it's just fucking shaking like a bitch. Look at it. Sticky beak. I haven't got a bloody nail in here yet. And I'm pretty sure that sign said, fuck off, don't ride here. So this looks like it used to be a building. And we're getting a bit up higher, so it's looking a bit nicer now. She's pretty cute. But she's a sweet fucking, look at that view. It's wicked, huh? Wow, it's pretty fucking cool. Whoop. Pay attention, dipshit. So here's the gondola. It heads its way up to the top. That platform up there is where I want to go. We got a good view up there, I think. Hey, pigeon, you go, son. Woo! something. Well, I can't see shit. This is what you want to see. This is the old gondola. I keep wondering if it's going to collapse. But she's a pretty badass little view. So this is Hakodate. She's a pretty little city. As you see over there, kind of goes in a hourglass. So apparently from the top of that mountain over there, that is, I think Jason was telling me, is number 2 night view in the world. People will probably tell me otherwise, but you can eat a dick, I don't really care. I like this side way more than I like that side. But yeah, the whole harbour goes into this little hourglass, so at night you'll see this kind of eye. Apparently on this side is Root Hill, so you'll get a lot of these Japanese guys driving up to these kind of mountains, and there's a lookout somewhere. I got a feeling that that's the lookout where people go and get a root. Now there's this other shrine just over here, a shrine to a plane that crashed into this hill, because when they have the really low-lying clouds that they do a lot here, you see it here. On the other side they've got like a, what do you call it, a plaque with Japanese names. There's like one American in there. So the cloud was above this mountain and the plane straight to the side. It's like 30 people or something like that, I'm not really quite sure. But you know, that was pretty cool.